Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to talk about prefabs. Okay, let me show you how do we create prefabs and why do we need them. So in order to create a prefab, we just need to grab one of the objects that are in the hierarchy and just drag and drop it into the project window. And now you can see that we've got a new asset in here, and it's player.prefab. And now in the hierarchy you can see that our object is in blue. So this is how you distinguish between prefabs and standard objects. Prefab is an object that we can clone later on, make an instance of this prefab, and if there is a need to change it, we can change it very easily, and those changes are being applied to all the instances that are on the scene, which is really helpful. Look, for example, I've got this player and this is a prefab now. I can duplicate it many times and just put it around on the scene. And now let's imagine we have hundreds of them, like let's say they are enemies and there are hundreds of them, and we decide at some day that we don't like them. We want to change the color of this object. So normally, if they were not prefabs, you would have to go to every and single one of them and just click color, change it and adjust it. Can you imagine doing this to the 100 objects? And then 2 days later you will decide again that something else needs to be changed? This is a nightmare. That's why most of the objects that we'll keep on our scenes will be prefabs. Because now, when it is a prefab and we have prefab instances on the scene, we can just click overrides and apply all. And thanks to that, all the instances can change immediately. This is really helpful. And let's imagine that, for example, we want to remove this player movement script for it. Normally you would have to go to every each of them and do this. Click on these 3 dots, remove component, and do that 100 of times. But because this is a prefab, just click on overrides and apply all. And all the instances don't have this script anymore. Of course, there is more to the prefabs, but we will extend this knowledge later in the future.